Hello, how is everyone today? Thank you for joining me on yet another episode of BioNexus Health Podcast presents Autism Uprooted. Today we have with us Asma from the United Kingdom. Her little daughter Zara is 7 years old, and much to my delight, when I spoke with Asma, I was so happy to find that right with the first round of the protocol, Zara has made remarkable progress with attention, focus, verbal language. She's speaking in short phrases now. And overall, her teachers, her pediatrician have seen the difference. In fact, the remarkable improvement that Zara has made in just about 4 months or so, that her pediatrician called forth a panel of pediatricians, and they have decided to run Zara's genetics to find out what is it that is going on with her. Why did her ADHD diagnosis just kind of vanish in just 4 months? She is, beginning to do mathematics and language at school. So it's been quite remarkable. I shall let Asma speak to you about it herself. So let's welcome Asma to the show today.
Welcome to the BioNexus Health Podcast with Dr. Jodie A. Dashore, who holds a PhD in integrative medicine, is board certified in integrative pediatrics, an internationally recognized pioneering clinician, and author. And now here's your host of BioNexus Health Podcast, Dr. Jodie A. Dashore.
Hi, Asma. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, doctor. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So, it sounds like we are both recovering from COVID, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm glad you're doing well overall. Like, I went through Omicron as well, but it turned out to be just like, a little severe flu. So it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's true.
So, during the group podcast, which we did, regarding diet and what have you, you were there and you mentioned briefly, that Zara was responding well to the protocol. How is she doing so far? How many months have you been on it, and then how is she doing?
Hi, doctor. Doctor, it's been 4 months in total, and it's been 2.5 months on a complete protocol and 4 months on like nutrition and antimicrobial. The first time she completed her nutrition part, the school asked me, they said, "Mom, what are you doing to Zara?" I said, like, what happened? They said,
Right.
Zara is like responding so well. She is participating, like she's doing writing really well, and she seems really settled. I'm just talking about nutrition. I was not on antimicrobial at that time.
Okay.
So it was a huge progress for me because I never actually heard good reviews from school like that. Like they stopped me and they said like, Zara is changing day by day. So I was so pleased and I was so excited to tell you this. Like sometimes it feels like, yes, it will, like Zara will recover. And she is recovering. I can see like she's aware. She is responding really well.
Okay.
And her hyperactivity has gone.
Zero. It's zero. That's awesome. All right.
Yeah, there's no hyperactivity. I was not expecting that. I was really concerned because the school always, just complains because mom, look, we need to give her some writing work and she doesn't do it because she don't sit. Right. Now they said in the afternoon, we take 60-minute session where we teach her English, maths, and she's doing well. So I'm so pleased within 4 months.
Within 4 months, and she is 7 years old.
She's 7 years old.
Okay. One of the questions that many parents ask me is, unfortunately, Dr. Dashore, we did not meet you when she was 2.5, when my child was much younger. Now my child is already 7, 8 years old. In fact, just prior to you, I spoke with another parent in Doha, and she was saying, I have a child, my son. She actually, poor thing, has 3 sons on the spectrum, and she was saying that the oldest one is already 10 years old. Is there any hope? So this is great that you have allowed me to record this today, because Samia is the mom. It'll give her so much hope, that because somewhere there is this misinformation or incomplete information out there, that the child has to be less than 5 years of age in order to see good improvement.
Yeah.
So that's not so.
I was hoping same. I was like, oh my God, I'm really late on this bandwagon. I'm really late. But she recovers very quickly. I was really surprised to see only nutrition did so much for Zara. Like I'm really spellbound, to be honest. I'm
so
looking
happy
forward for the next protocol, doctor.
Okay, that is really awesome. It's fantastic when the school gives you feedback that her cognitive abilities have increased. She's doing mathematics, she's understanding. That is obvious improvements. Great, that is awesome. So today we will go over some testing as well. Right, which was done for her, and then we'll move on to the next level of the protocol. So just to be clear, so that you understand, and the people listening also understand, that treating biotoxin illness is a 12-step protocol. So like I had explained to you, we need to identify all the possible triggers for biotoxin illness. Then treating PANS, pandas, Lyme disease, etc. That is a 4-step protocol. Okay, I mean, so there are 4 steps to it, and I think I've given you in the first 4 months, right after the first appointment, because we had an excellent conversation, and I got a lot of information from you. It happens because when the mom or dad, whoever comes to the appointment, is well informed, and I get a lot of in detail information about the environment, about exposure, about genetics and illnesses in the family, I can give you a fairly customized protocol right at the start. And then once some lab testing comes back, we can further bio-individualize based on what shows up in the labs, and then we can move on to the next step. So all right, so thank you again for allowing me to
You're welcome, doctor.
this.
Thank you so much for helping, Zara.
Absolutely, it's been an honor and a privilege to help a little child. So
thank you, doctor. She used to say this before as well. Okay.
No, you're looking okay.
Okay.
That's so cute. I know, right? Because when you see progress like this, right? Both physician and mom are like super excited. So you're saying she was verbal, right? Prior.
She was like, she used to say one word. Like if she wants water, she was very like, if just few words was in her vocabulary at that time. Now if she wants to say something, like after school when she comes and she's tired, she comes to me, mama, give me sleep. So it is a big achievement that she's trying to make sentence.
Oh, I see. So she says, give me sleep because she's tired. Oh, that's so cute. Yes. Oh, goodness, give me sleep.
That's how she asked, mama, give me water, mama, give me food. Now she said, mama, give me sleep.
Oh, that's so cute. Give me, okay. So small phrases, this reminds me of Brian, because once when he got a rash as a die-off reaction, right? We were killing parasites in yeast. So he got the Herxheimer reaction, and he came to me trying to explain to me, and he goes like, mama, itchy came.
Oh, yes.
Like he was feeling itchy and he's crying. He's like, Mama, itchy
Yeah.
came. I'm like, what came?
Oh,
Who
well,
came?
bless
And I
him.
said, oh my gosh, itchy came. So I had to help him, with his rash, and we had to calm down his being itchy from the rash. That's you seen any improvements in her gut and bowel movements?
Doctor, bowel movements have been fine. Gut,
Okay.
I can see like she still doesn't want to eat. So I
Okay.
think I'm gonna work on it because we just did the GI testing. Let's see how it
Yes, let's
goes.
see what shows up, right? Right. See
Yeah.
what's going on. Okay. Um, language has improved. Sleep has sleep gotten better. I mean, is she
Yes, she
um
got a pretty good routine. She
okay.
she knows. Okay, this is my bedtime. I need to sleep. So
Okay.
this is being so in like sometimes he used to wake up 5 in the morning. Now not anymore. She wakes up on her time. She's happy. She's fresh. No more struggle in putting uniform on, nothing. So that makes my life much more easier because
Yes.
I am a working mom as well.
Okay.
So it's like it's very easy. And my husband, he has started believing, now he actually asked me, can you tell me how to make this medicine? So this is a big achievement for me. Before he was not like, he was like, are you sure this is gonna work? I said, yes, it will. I was like, yes, it will. And it did.
Yes. Prior, you have tried other protocols in the past.
I did try BioNexus. That's it.
That's it, right? That was okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good, good.
That was Zara's first protocol ever, and she responded so well. I'm glad.
Yes. So this is Zara's first full protocol.
Yes, it was
Right.
4 months.
Yeah. So Asma, you went to your pediatrician, and
Yeah.
she had good things to say about Zara. She saw differences.
Yes, actually, I had a follow up after, I think I would say 2 years. And she was, I think the school or the other, they want to see if Zara got any ADHD symptoms because of hyperactivity, apart from autism. So she was observing Zara and she said, Mom, your daughter doesn't have any ADHD. The way she's sitting, the way she is, waiting, like your daughter is good, in my eyes. It might be not good in yours, but the way she's sitting, I can see her focus. So I was like, okay, good.
That is
That was
excellent.
really good.
That is excellent. And one more thing that you mentioned was her genome sequencing, right? So they want
Yeah.
to, right? So they want
Yeah,
to.
they said they after observing, assessing Zara because it was the panel of pediatrician. They want to see Zara, and they said, we want to see because Fragile X came normal, and that they said it actually comes from mom, Fragile X. So we want to actually see what's going on, the genetic mutation. They said microarray test. They said
Yes.
we would like to see what's going on with Zara because Zara seems very settled. We need to go to the deep root. So I was so happy. They never actually said it before.
Right.
So
Okay.
hoping for the best.
Okay. That'll be awesome. You have this whole panel of pediatricians who want to know how and why Zara has improved so much.
Yes.
So they want to do this microarray. That is awesome. I have and I think she is a pediatrician. I'm not sure if she's also an immunologist, but there is a physician on Harley Street. I have recently started to collaborate with her. She wants to collaborate with me on autism research. So I think that would be really beneficial for children on the spectrum in the UK.
Yes.
So
Yes,
I'm going
doctor.
to
We
say
don't
yes
have
to it.
enough help here. We don't have enough help, I would say. Zara has been lucky that she's having her microarray because she's been sitting really well. They're like really intrigued, like we need to see what's happening with Zara.
Right, right. All of this was awesome today, speaking with you. After Zara improving in such a short period of time on the BioNexus protocol, The second best news was that Irfan, dad,
Yeah.
has become a believer, because he's seen, obvious changes, and now, he's hopefully he'll be helpful with the protocol for you as
Yes,
well. So
but
that's good.
I'm isolating. So he's actually making all the cocktails.
Wow.
He called me on Zoom and he said, Asma, how many drops? I said, read it. I have labeled everything. So, he started believing in it. He said, yes, we need it for Zara. So I'm happy. I'm glad this is
Yeah, yeah,
working out.
yeah. Fathers and daughters have such a precious
Yeah,
relationship. She
they
must be
are. They
daddy's little
both are
girl.
like,
Yeah,
yes, he is daddy's princess.
yeah. Oh, that is so heartwarming to hear. I'm just absolutely glad I had this opportunity to speak with you today.
Thank you. Same here, doctor.
Many blessings to you as well. You're such a young mom, and it's not an easy protocol. It's not easy to clean up the environment for a child. I know it involves a lot of hard work, a lot of resources, organization, but it's possible.
Yes, it is with, dedication.
For all of those watching, Asma has very kindly agreed that we can chronicle Zara's journey from every few months, because follow-ups are every few months, right? So she has agreed to allow us to record Zara's journey as she makes additional progress. So I shall keep everyone posted as to when the next podcast with Zara. I'm sure everyone will be excited to hear the any additional progress that has been made by Zara. I'm sure additional progress will be made. Like today, what we did was, after this podcast was recorded, we reviewed lab testing, and we were able to totally customize Zara's protocols according to her genetics, according to her lab testing. So it's a bio-individualized protocol for her. And, we are hoping to see a whole lot more progress, especially with appetite and growth and picky eating. So those seem to be the concerns, but we found a lot of triggers in her gut, as well as additional triggers for biotoxin illness and PANS. So it would be very informative for all the parents out there watching who are looking for hope and advice. Mostly hope, isn't it? Because I'm an autism mom myself, and I know how that feels. So I hope you will join us again at another episode of Autism Uprooted. It's been awesome having you with us on this journey. I mean, I started this podcast series at the request of several practitioners and parents who wanted me to, have moms and dads of children on the spectrum, and people with other chronic illnesses like Lyme biotoxin illness, etc., to talk about their recovery stories, to give help, hope, advice, education, not really advice, but generally speaking, advice, to information would be more like it, to other people out there watching. So I think I am absolutely thrilled, and it's very heartwarming to hear the amazing feedback that I get from you guys, parents of chronically ill children watching, that it's been so helpful. So I'm really glad that I've taken the time and the effort to create the BioNexus podcast series. That brings us to the conclusion of this episode of BioNexus Health Podcast, Autism Uprooted. That was really inspiring, wasn't it? Listening to Asma, I mean, did you notice the sheer joy in her face? that was priceless. That just literally made my day when I spoke with her, especially, when she mentioned that her husband was on board now, helping with trying to recover daddy's little princess, that's Zara. So phenomenal. I hope it was helpful and educational for those watching. And I look forward to seeing you here on our next episode. Namaste.
Thank you for joining Master Herbalist Dr. Jodie A. Dashore, Director of the BioNexus Health Clinic and BioNexus Herbals, on the BioNexus Health Podcast. You can subscribe for free on most podcast apps. By subscribing, you encourage the algorithms to spread our messages of hope and healing. You may also leave a review on your preferred podcast app or share on your social networks to promote the podcast, where we explore and share information and stories about recovering and healing from chronic and environmental illnesses such as mold biotoxin illness, Lyme disease, autism spectrum disorder, fatigue, Crohn's and colitis, mast cell activation syndrome, PANS, and more. For more information, visit bionexushealth.com.
Information within this video, audio, or text, collectively known as the podcast, has not been reviewed by the FDA. Nothing within the podcast is intended as or should be construed as medical advice. Information is for general informational and educational purposes only. Consumers of the podcast should consult with their healthcare practitioners for medical recommendations. Seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider. Do not disregard the advice of a healthcare provider based on any information from the podcast. The information within the podcast may contain information concerning dietary supplements or over-the-counter products that are not drugs. Our dietary supplement products are not intended for use as a means to cure, treat, prevent, diagnose, or mitigate any disease or other medical or abnormal condition.